Alright, peace, 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 beautiful soul. Welcome, and this is going to be your reading. In this mini reading, we are going to be covering your sun, your moon, and your most prominent planet within your birth chart. You feel what I'm saying? Alright, and so without further ado, let's definitely get into your birth chart. So, your sun, for starters, is in Taurus, and it's in the second house. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you may not have known that your sun is within the decan of mastership. You feel me? And within the constellations, this decan is symbolized and signified by Auriga. You feel me? So Auriga, Auriga. Definitely go do some research on that constellation and enlighten yourself on the myths associated with that constellation. You feel what I'm saying? And what that's going to do, it's going to help you further expand your understanding and awareness of your sun energy. You feel me? And so let's get into what the sun signifies and what it represents before we get into Taurus and the decan of mastership. You feel me? Which is where you have your sun at. So the sun, you feel me, it signifies the individual. It signifies your ego and your identity. It's that aspect of you that shines the brightest out into the world. You feel what I'm saying? It's that aspect of you that when you are engaged in, it makes you feel alive. You feel what I'm saying? Also, you can think about the sun. The symbol of the sun, right? It's a circle, and inside of the circle there's a dot. You feel me? That dot, more so, is the ego, and then the circle around the dot signifies the boundaries representative of Saturn. You feel me? And so, with that being said, like your sun sign, it's all about how it is that you push the boundaries that are imposed by others through you being an individual. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like Saturn, and Saturn and the sun have a polarity. You feel me? And Saturn likes to restrict, but the sun likes to expand. So your sun is ultimately how you express out into the world and how you express your creativity into the world also. You feel what I'm saying? Alright, so let's get into it. So your sun is in Taurus within the decan of mastership. So this decan is sub-ruled by Saturn. You feel me? It's a Taurus Capricorn type energy. You feel me? Where what is highlighted is the individual's need to learn to like master the material realm specifically, because Taurus is a material sign. And so you also have it within the second house, which indicates that in your life, what is most vitalized or what is given most life to, because the sun also does that, you feel me, is the second house, which is the house of money, values, possessions. And so within your life, money becomes of great importance, you feel me, having resources becomes of great importance. And, it being within the decan of mastership, it's an indication that you should direct your energy of will, because the sun also signifies your will, towards mastering, like, the elements, not even the elements around you, but like the material world and its possessions. You feel what I'm saying? So, because of its sub-rulership of Saturn, this decan of Taurus can be inclined towards, being selfish and greedy and more so just wanting to accumulate stuff for itself and to serve like its ego, you feel me, as most people who get materialistic do and neglect their soul. So with that being said, it's important that through your pursuit of accumulating wealth and accumulating material possessions, you maintain an equilibrium dealing with your soul and your ego, in the sense that don't allow yourself to acquire materials and then identify yourself as those materials, because Taurus, material, sun, identity, you feel me, can portray that way, where it's like You can't see your identity beyond materials, but you just feel like you are that nice car that you drive, or that nice home that you live in, etc., etc., etc. You feel me? It's actually important that you learn to understand that you want to not worship material possessions, but exalt him to a state where the material possessions are benefiting your soul. You feel what I'm saying? In the sense that you can use money in two ways. You know, you can use it to like materially gratify yourself. You can also use it for spiritual reasons and spiritual purposes. In the sense that, you know, without shelter, without home, without like having clothing even, or like nourishing ourselves, without those comfortabilities that material possessions bring to us, you know, it's not so easy allowing our soul to express itself. And that's not to say that the soul doesn't express itself and grow in adversity. In actuality, it's through adversity that the soul expands and grows. And this deacon of mastership, you feel me? Like the Taurus, because Taurus, it also holds like the deacon of determination, the deacon of struggle, and the deacon of mastership. You feel what I'm saying? So within the Taurus energy, there is this like strife or struggle type energy, where it's like the individual who's a Taurus needs to learn to get out of just being comfortable, you know, and just being in a space where they're like okay with having the having their necessities met, and not having an ability to see beyond just their necessities being met, but having a desire to want to like just be okay with material success. You feel me? It's like important to learn to oversee that. You feel me? See past that and get into a space where, like I said earlier, you're allowing your soul to be benefited from your material possessions. You feel what I'm saying? So Taurus, you know, it's associated, for instance, with the story of Moses. Taurus is the golden calf, you feel me? The golden calf. And so when Moses ascended into the mountains to retrieve the tablets, you feel me? The people, they built a calf composed of gold, and they started worshiping it, you feel me? They started worshiping it. And so that was really just symbolic of them worshiping the material possessions rather than utilizing the material possessions to benefit their soul, you feel me? It was like they were using their soul to benefit the material possession rather than allowing the material possession to benefit them. And when people talk about selling their souls, that's really what they mean. You know, when you do things that are out of character to you, you know, that aren't alignment with who you truly are, for the sake of making a dollar bill, you feel me? When you go against your value, your integrity, and etc., for the sake of making a dollar bill, you're in reality selling your soul, you feel me? Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So like ultimately that's like your sun within Taurus in the second house. This energy just highlights the significance and importance even of you staying consistent and determined in the pursuit of acquiring material like success. You feel me? That's what Taurus ultimately is all about. But yeah, like I kept on saying, there has to be this equilibrium between your soul and your ego. You feel me? Don't identify who and what you are by what you have, because who and what you are is way greater than what you have, and what you have is a result of who you truly are, which is your soul, you know, which is a seed that is once germinated and nourished and taken care of, will sprout into a universe. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely allow yourself to value your soul over anything else. But let's look at your moon now. So we have your moon, and okay, so Your moon is in the decan. Well, your moon is in Aries within the 12th house, and it's in the decan of triangulum. You feel me? Which is a triangle. Um, and this is Aries. This is the first decan of Aries. You feel me? Also signified by activity. Now the triangle. You feel me? It signifies. It's a upward facing triangle signifying the mind. You feel me? So Aries is a very mental sign, you know, and they are most prominent mentally. You feel what I'm saying? And so, with your moon being in Aries within this decan, it is an indication that you in of yourself have great mental abilities and mental powers, and also you're not meant to follow, but you're meant to lead, and you're meant to utilize the Aries ability to sway like the masses and sway people's minds. You feel me? Because Aries, all the fire signs, of course, are inspirative. You know, it's because all the fire in general deals with inspiration, but you know, Aries is a very inspirative sign. It's very enthusiastic and all these energies. You feel me? And when you think of fire, you can even think of like energy, right? And so the fire signs, they have an ability to impart um, energy to energies to others. You feel me? And that can even portray you through like motivation or whatever. And so the moon, you know, whereas the sun signified like your external expression out into the world, the moon more so signifies